Hey guys, such a warmonger here, and you're watching 3 versus 3 Kingdom of Heaven, an attackers versus defenders scenario. Spawning in the north, we've got Dudebro in blue playing as the Byzantines, Witcherkiller in cyan playing as the Romans, and NO in green playing as the Romans. So their team is the Eastern Romans. And on the defender side, you've got Tactical Doll TMP in gray as the Saracens. Myself, such a warmonger in orange as the Turks, and Kebabardu 96 in red as the Turks. So the defenders are Ayabids. Interesting strategy that the attackers are deciding on. They are moving all their supply wagons away from their initial spawning point. I don't necessarily agree with this unless they really think they can implement a very good strategy, or they have like a preset plan. Because if you keep at least one guy here, this is a pretty good spot to spawn in. Because if you deploy your here right away and maybe even just make a battering ram right off the bat, you can rush this Damascus gate down and get a pretty early advantage, because then the defenders will have to keep troops here to protect this breach. But that is not the case. The attackers are moving more to the northeast. Witcherkiller has deployed over here. Maybe he likes the rocks. Maybe they're thinking they want to have a more defensible position. Although I do think this area at least is defensible. Because you have some rocks here, and cliffs to deploy there. NO isn't even spawning, deciding to deploy here. He looks like he's going to the Mount of Olives, which is even farther away. Dudebro, where is he gonna deploy? I'm not sure where Dudebro's deploying either. So you can see, like, a lot of time has passed, and the defenders already have a good amount of units because the attackers still need to set up barracks and archery ranges. And we don't even have a single barracks or archery range set up yet. So if the defenders were to bum rush the attacker camps, the attackers would be in trouble. So NO did deploy in the Mount of Olives. This is pretty far if I'm looking at the positions. So Kebabardu, he spotted NO's base. And he kind of can see that the NO has just now deployed, and he's only starting to build up his forces now. So this is not good for the attackers, because we can tell that their base is not set up yet. We know from the beginning that they spawned all the way in the north over here, and then that's not what's happening. So NO is also fairly, he's a good distance away from his allies, his other attacker allies. Anyway, Witcherkiller is coming in to raid some of the stone manors that I had. This can be annoying because stone is we need stone for repairing walls and towers and gates and things like that. I did delete my meal cart because I didn't want the satisfaction of having that kill. Although maybe I shouldn't have done it, because maybe the Kebabardu would have been able to catch up with them. So he's sending some cavalry to chase them off. NO is finally starting to set up his camp. He's got 3 barracks, but although he is not training units from them, so that's another problem. You need, as the attackers, you have to be scared of a bum rush, or like being insulted, or a sally forth, or sally out from the defenders. Dudebro also just setting his camp now, only has 1 barracks and 1 archery range. Witcherkiller only starting to make his barracks now, so no infantry from the attackers yet. Meanwhile, the defenders are sallying forth. Tactical Doll with a group of infantry here. Swordsmen, even some medium infantry mixed in. Some Kasaki. So all three defenders are sallying forth. And this is what I was talking about. You have to be careful as an attacker, deploying so far away from your allies. So these buildings are as good as destroyed. This camp is as good as wrecked. So the command tent's gonna go down. Thankfully, there's been a change where the attackers don't lose morale from losing a command tent or elite tent. But all the attackers have to fight back are their elite cavalry. So now the supply depot has been destroyed, elite tent destroyed, command tent destroyed, and now I guess the order of the day is to fall back. So we did a good amount of damage. We're afraid that the enemies are gonna come with their heavy cavalry. Thinking about it now, we probably could have hung around and killed more of their elite cav. I was just afraid that their cataphracts were going to be super annoying because cataphracts can switch between ranged and melee. Dudebro is overextending. He's getting a little too close to these spearmen. And I believe he's going to lose a lot of cavalry here. Unfortunately for him. So we're falling back. We're doing a what do you call this? This is a military maneuver. It's yeah, we're retreating, then fighting back, then retreating, then fighting back. And now Witcherkiller is gonna lose a lot of his elite cav. You don't want to be losing elite cav as either side, because they are very expensive and they're very slow to train. It's hard to build up elite cap numbers. Which, you know, they're losing them all. Infantry is finally making it to the battle. So swordsmen are good in open field combat. They're not the best in crowded areas. But now you can see nighttime has arrived. It's 9 p.m. That's when nighttime comes. The Witcherkiller has decided maybe he can like raid me a little bit, but I had some spearmen protecting my stone miners this time. But anyway, nighttime comes at 9 p.m. 1 hour in the game is 1 minute in real life. Kababardoo doing some scouting. So not only can you not see your allies at nighttime, but also you lose a lot of vision at night too. So each unit used to be able to see pretty far away, but now not so much. Because at night. So dawn comes at 5 a.m. So that's an 8-hour nighttime period in the game, or 8 minutes in real life. Kababardoo is trying to find the camp of the attackers. Maybe he's looking for Witcherkiller. He spots blue, he spots green, and now he's just looking for cyan. He's looking for Witcherkiller, I guess. Anyway, as we are going through this game, looks like I was also looking for places to attack. This is what I see. I'm running around, looking for some potential juicy targets. Oh, looks like Tactical Doll was also raiding some of the woodline. He killed some villagers, doing a pretty good job there. And here I am, trying to hit the supply depot a little. Got smacked by a mace. What is this? Oh, the scouts! Witcherkiller being annoying, killing my villagers again. He's doing a good job keeping us on our toes. The raid here has ended. He has groups of scouts, well, cursors, which is light cavalry, running around trying to make our lives difficult. This is a good time to do it. Nighttime's always a good time to to run around and cause havoc, both as the defenders and as the attackers. Look how small their line of sight is. Anyway, Witcherkiller did spot some of my light cavalry horse archers on stand ground. I didn't notice it, so he's getting to kill a lot. Oh my gosh, I don't know how many he killed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 10? Maybe more? Oh, that's a big loss. Like I was saying, cavalry takes more food to train than infantry. So infantry takes about 30 food. A lot of light cavalry takes between 60 to 75 food. Actually, some of the cavalry take 90 food. And heavy cavalry take a lot of food, like can be over 100 food. Witcherkiller did lose his light cavalry here, but he did take out a lot of horse archers, which is really good. That's a good move. Okay, so the whole point of the game is to bring your opponent's morale down to 0%. But for the attackers, they only have 45 minutes to do that. So the defenders have to hold out for 45 minutes. If 45 minutes, if you reach 45 minutes, then the defenders win. The attackers lose. You can lower morale by winning engagements. So this is a slightly older version. So in this version, if you kill 4 more units than your enemy, and this is a repeating trigger, so it happens again and again and again, and resets. Every time you kill 4 more units than your enemy kills, then the attackers will damage 1% morale from the defenders. As for the defenders in this version, if they get 4 more kills than the attackers, then they'll damage morale by 1%. In the newer version, the current version as of this posting, it's been increased to 6% morale. So basically, in the newer version, you can, as an attacker, you can lose twice as many men as the defenders when you're having a battle. So that's one way to affect morale. You can see that the attackers have lost more engagement, so that's why they're at 80% compared to the defenders at 91%. Here's another slight raid attempt from Witcherkiller. Unfortunately, he has lost to a bunch of spearmen. Another way to affect morale is by capturing or destroying points, or structures. So if the attackers destroy this gate, that's a permanent 5% morale reduction. Of course, the defenders can gain it back by winning battles, but yeah. So if they destroy this tower, you can see it's 2% morale damage. From the point of view of the defenders, walls do not give vision at night because they're owned by Gaia. So it's only your gates and your posterns. So you can see, like, this is a postern controlled by Kebabardu, so he has vision of that. Allied AI controlled towers do not give vision. So you can see this tower does not give vision because it's controlled by the city garrison. Only archers and cavalry cannot capture any points. So the way to capture points is you have 15 of those units inside the zone, so the zones are represented by flags. If you have 15 units in the zone, then you capture it. Archers and cavalry can only capture the Dome of the Rock. Looks like we got Kebabardu going on a raid. Is he just gonna pass? Is he just passing, or is he actually gonna fight? Dawn is coming. It's almost 5 a.m. You can see how his vision is gonna be affected once daytime comes. What's this? Oh, trebuchets are starting to fight. Yeah, Kebabardu he's pulling back. He's pulling back. Anyway, as I was saying, Archers and cavalry can only capture the Dome of the Rock, Syrian Exchange, and Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Infantry, on the other hand, can capture anything. Anything with a flag they can capture. So, Kababardu, he's taking this engagement, and watch the morale go down. So he wanted an overwhelmingly good engagement. So that's why he's affecting the morale very well. So I guess he pulled back to his infantry. So you can see, suddenly, the line of sight is so much better at daytime. And you can finally see your allies again. Tactical Doll is making a raid with his Gulam Horse Archers. So these can take one shot from a ranged unit. Except for Mangonel will just outright kill it. But these guys can take one hit from a ranged unit and it'll block with their shield. That's their little special power. These Trebs are starting to work on the outer Golden Gate. Kababardu is taking another engagement against light cavalry, so they're gonna make short work of these guys. You got 2 Trebs here. You notice that their range is very far. And 2 Trebs here. Looks like another attempted raid from Witcherkiller. Oh, actually, he's just passing. I'm not sure where he's going. Oh, he lost one right away. Kababardu, killing another, some more light cav. Witcherkiller still intent on... I'm not sure what he's actually targeting. He's just taking engagement against Spearmen, and that's not going to go well for him. This attack is coming. So the Dudebro is trying to send siege towers. You might be wondering why you would want to make these... oh wow, there's a big engagement right here. Looks like it's elite cav versus medium cav and like a couple elite cav. I think Red's gonna take this. You can see the attackers are losing even more morale. At the same time, the same player is trying to foil this attack in the Kidrion Valley, just outside the Mount of Olives. Yeah, this is gonna go down. So, without a lot of spearmen here, these this heavy cav and medium cav are actually gonna do a good job fighting against these swordsmen. You can see that the attackers are losing even more morale. Dudebro, also at the same time, he's up here raiding a bunch of archers. Archers have minimum range, so they will get slaughtered by cavalry. At the same time, I am working on this supply depot. At the same time, Kidrion Valley, there's a battle here, and the siege towers are finally starting to head towards the main gate. I was able to destroy the supply depot right here with my horse archers, and I'm pulling back. Meanwhile, right outside the gate of Jehoshaphat, more siege towers are coming in, and infantry is starting to hop over. I was gonna say that siege towers are really good in this map because the walls take a very long time to destroy because their armor is really good. So trebuchets and mangonels have a really hard time taking them down. It is possible, but it's just as hard as it would take to take down a gate or a tower. Battering rams are very, very bad against the walls. Battering rams are only good against gates and low walls. Meanwhile, Dudebro looks like... Oh no, Kababardu, it looks like he's looking to take those trebuchets out, but no, it's trying to pull them back. And he's also getting slowed down by spearmen. Still doing a good job over here on the base of Witcherkiller. And this attack is still coming in. Still coming in. If any unit, I'm gonna say any unit can defend a point. Archers, cavalry, infantry can defend a point, but only infantry can capture a point. So these units are still in this capture zone, trying to protect the Gate of Jehoshaphat from being captured. But I'm not sure how long this can last because this is a lot of infantry. And units keep pouring through. Alright, like, there's only one guy defending this point now, so this gate should fall to the attackers at any moment. And there it goes. now No controls the gate. But at the same time, dude, Kebab is raiding Witcherkiller's base. He's not doing anything about it, really. Maybe he's not noticing because he's in the heat of battle over here. Now, I will say that in the newer versions, this attack against the defenders would do better because of the higher kill to death ratio. So it's 6-1 in the newer versions compared to 4-1. Unfortunately, this is a slightly older version, and so the attackers are losing way too much morale in this engagement. So in the newer maps, you should, this is a good move. The way they're pushing in, they capture the gate, and if they just flood in infantry, like, they should be able to overwhelm the defenders fairly well, because especially since there's so many siege towers, they can keep popping units over. Kebab is still raiding Witcherkiller's base over here. But the attackers are losing too much morale, which means that the defenders are taking engagements really well. They're doing too well with their kill to death ratio, and they are winning the engagement purely by taking good fights. Now Kebab is taking out the command tent and the elite tent. Luckily for the attackers, that doesn't affect morale at all. Now there's a bunch of infantry right outside the gate, not really taking it. Defenders are still defending these points. Trebuchets are still working on taking that outer golden gate out. Oh wait, actually they stopped firing. These mangonels, I don't know what they're firing at actually. They're firing at units, but they're not the most accurate. You can see I'm talking about the kill to death ratio of 4 not being good. Okay, the attackers are losing even more morale. Kebab continuing his attack, and now here I come. The attackers are down to 3% morale. I come in with a big cavalry charge. This might be it. This might be the big moment where a lot of morale is lost because archers have minimum range. They're getting slaughtered. That's it. That was a quick battle, quick game. You had a merchant spy here. I didn't even notice that. Dudebro could see what's happening. But yeah, newer versions, attackers should be more fearless in making a massive assault like this because their morale shouldn't be affected so much. But this version, the 4-1 versus 3-1 kill to death ratio is it did them dirty. Archers have minimum range and very low HP compared to like other units, and so they are very vulnerable to cavalry. And you can see this group would have wiped them out. Although there are spearmen protecting them over here, but they're kind of like out of place. Yeah, hopefully that was still an entertaining match though. I thought it was one of the mistakes of the attackers was no. Maybe he could have deployed the supply depot kind of where it is actually, and like built up walls right over here. He would have been closer to Dudebro and his forces. Here was a little bit too far. That's one mistake from the attackers. Other than that, I actually think the attackers were doing pretty well because they made a nice good siege line here. Nice set of palisade walls. So Kebab couldn't run around and raid up here. He needed to go around the flanks, which is what he did. He destroyed Witcherkiller, which is probably why Witcherkiller left the game. But the defenders were doing well. They were reacting pretty well and doing all of this like raiding and stuff. So let's take a look at the kill to death ratio. So mine was pretty even. Kebab was slightly even, and Tactical, he had a very good kill to death ratio. You can see Witcherkiller lost way too much though. That might have been a big part of why the morale went down. The cool thing about this is it's the kill to death ratio of the moment, not the overall kill to death ratio. So there are moments in the game where you can lose a lot of men and it will lower your morale at that moment, but then you can take it back. Because every time you gain morale, you damage enemy morale, you also gain the exact same amount of morale. So it's a seesaw effect in terms of morale. Okay. A lot of buildings raised. Kebabardu did a good job there. Okay, hopefully you thought that was a good match. It's a short one, but a sweet one. See you in the next one.